Hey Lions fans, Brad B here with you for the first virtual St. Leo Senior Night, where we look to honor those student athletes who didn't get a chance to have their senior night due to the current pandemic. Tonight we'll talk and honor those 10 Lions from the men's lacrosse program here at St. Leo. I'm joined by head coach Brad Jorgensen and all 10 seniors with friends. Let's jump into it. At this time, we'd like to recognize the 2020 St. Leo men's lacrosse seniors. This group of 10 men earned 38 wins along an impressive winning percentage of 69%. They were part of the first program from the state of Florida to appear in the national championship game in 2018 after winning the Sunshine State Conference regular title. Our first senior, an attackman from Whitby, Ontario, Canada. This line has been decorated as a 2019 Sunshine State Conference first team member, two-time SSC Offensive Player of the Week, and three-time USLA Team of the Week selection. He has compiled 92 goals, including 9 game winners, and 32 assists, adding up to 124 points during 50 games, 24 starts in the green and gold. Of his 208 career shots, 146 landed on frame for a 71% shot on goal percentage. He's also tallied 47 ground balls and 11 caused turnovers. Ladies and gentlemen, number 0, Philip Bouquet. Our next senior is a long defenseman from Northeast Maryland. This line transferred to St. Leo for the 2019-2020 seasons. His on-ball defense quickly earned attention, drawing an All-Sunshine State Conference second-team nod in 2019. In 18 games played, he caused 16 turnovers and picked up 25 ground balls. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Colin Beck. A long stick midi and defenseman from Hauppauge, New York. This line has impacted the last 4 years of St. Leo's lacrosse, seeing 47 games of action. He helped protect the Lions' goal, causing 29 turnovers while picking up 49 ground balls. In addition, he has cracked into the offensive side of the field to net 5 goals and dish out 4 assists for 9 points. To round off his impact on the team, he tallied 89 face-off appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, number 6, Jack Sparrow. Our next senior is an attackman from Arlington, Virginia. This line transferred to St. Leo for the past 3 years to see 49 games of action as a 2-year starter. He netted 26 goals, including a game winner against Embry-Riddle on March 30th, 2019, paired with 10 assists for a career total of 36 points. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8, CJ Stoll. A long stick midi from Coquitlam, British Columbia, Canada. This 4-year starter earned accolades as a 3-time All-Sunshine State Conference member and back-to-back Inside Lacrosse preseason All-American nods. On the defensive side of the ball, he caused 48 turnovers and picked up 160 ground balls. On the other side of the field, he found the back of the net 15 times, including one game winner that all remembers clearly when he won the faceoff and proceeded to punch the Lions' ticket to the NCAA semifinals in 2018 over Tampa. His sterling goals are paired with 17 assists for a career total of 32 points. He has compiled 121 face-off appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, number 21, Ethan Tysers. A midfielder from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. This 4-year Lion has showed tremendous charter and perseverance before his career was cut short due to injuries. On the field, he played in 9 games where he scored a goal against Embry-Riddle. Ladies and gentlemen, number 26, Mike Simmons. At defense from Palm City, Florida. He was a 3-year starter on the defensive end for the green and gold. He recorded 13 caused turnovers while picking up 21 ground balls. Ladies and gentlemen, number 40, Matthew Laird. A goalkeeper from Jacksonville, Florida. This 4-year Lion has earned 104 saves, going hand-in-hand with a 55% save average after facing 310 shots in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, number 48, Ian Arford. A midfielder from Whitby, Ontario, Canada. This 4-year starter has seen 55 games of action in which he has tallied 42 goals, including 4 game winners, and 41 assists for a career total of 83 points. Of his 109 shots taken, 76 were on target, compiling for an outstanding 70% shot on goal percentage. In addition, he has caused 7 turnovers and picked up 37 ground balls. Ladies and gentlemen, number 51, Matt Shand. And our last senior tonight, a midfielder from Largo, Indiana. This Lion saw 42 games of action in which he scored 37 goals and had 10 assists with 47 career points. Of his 107 shots, he placed 66 on target for a 61% shot on goal career average. He netted the game winner against Embry-Riddle in 2018. ladies and gentlemen, number 54, Daniel Sparks. And now we get to take time and get a little question and answer from all the guys here. So the first question is, transitioning from box lacrosse to playing lacrosse in the United States at University Turf Stadium has to be a little difficult. What advice would you give to an aspiring collegiate lacrosse player who's primarily played box lacrosse?
You can go first, Ethan.
I would just say, like, growing up, like, keep the same work ethic because, you know, like, I mean, box lacrosse is very it's a lot more rough. I'd say keep the same work ethic when you're doing anything when it comes to ground balls or, you know, trying to break down someone, like, from a defender's point of view. Like, keep that same tenacity, and you do have to rile it back a little bit. I think my first year I learned that I couldn't do a lot of things I did in box, but I could still do what made me successful in box, and that those skills kind of transferred over.
I think the only thing that I would probably add to that, pretty much the same thing in the way that you kind of got to use that grit and grime that we're used to between the boards. But with that extra space, just use that speed that we learned in transition game is a huge aspect that a lot of people don't add into the game. But here at St. Leo, we were able to kind of use what we know in the transition game, and our coach was kind of allowed us to do that and show how we can kind of make a big difference in that aspect of the game.
Coach, this one's for you. What is one of your favorite memories of this group of guys?
I think these guys have been through one of the most successful stretches we've ever had in program history, and went through hard times, went through great times. I think the overall tenure that these guys had is pretty remarkable. I think my favorite memory of a lot of these guys, and some of them transferred in and weren't there, but I just have that memory of us posing for pictures at Gillette Stadium during the banquet while we were all kind of overlooking the stadium and getting group shots. I thought that was great. I certainly have a great memory of this group helping pull our team together this year when we really needed it. For seniors and for guys that we're counting on as leaders, they were thrust into one of the toughest leadership roles a college student athlete will ever have, and they responded really, really well. And that makes me real proud of the group of human beings we assembled, not just the group of lacrosse players we assembled.
What is one conditioning drill that you will not miss more?
I'd probably say this fall during practice when we would do 21s and 42s, which is 21, you have 21 seconds to get to the other side of the field and back. And then 42s, you have to do that twice in 42 seconds. And if that doesn't sound enough, we would usually have to hold a plank. While the offense was doing it, defense would have to hold a plank. And if defense was doing it, offense would have to hold a plank. And it definitely was good. It was good in a lot of ways, but I don't think I'll miss it too much.
Daniel, what is one of your career highlights from playing at St. Leo?
I would say one of my career highlights was when we beat Tampa on their field for a regular season game. And no one thought we were going to beat them that year, even though we knew we were better than them. And we beat them in like a last-second goal, which was cool from Pals.
Matthew, Larry, this one's for you. Did you have a pregame ritual, and what was it?
I would usually go with Ian and his old car that he got rid of, and we would get Dunkin' Donuts to come back, listen to a little bit of Smashing Pumpkins, and AC/DC and get pumped for the game.
Colin, what is one thing about practice you'll miss the most?
I would say just being with all the guys. I don't know, when you're with them all the time, sometimes you start bashing heads. But there's nothing better than going out with a bunch of guys that are competitive and just wanting to get better every day. I think everyone had like the same mindset throughout the team, and especially these guys. We continuously pushed each other to get better, and I think I'll miss that the most.
Ian, what's your favorite pregame song?
Favorite pregame song? Bullet with Butterfly with Wings by.
What's the reasoning behind that?
It just goes hard. Gets you going. Fire.
Okay. CJ, walk me through your favorite road trip memory.
Well, favorite road trip memory probably is getting to stay in that hotel in Boston our sophomore year for the national championship. I was actually rooming with Jack, and just, the NCAA provided all the amenities and whatnot, and it was just overall a great experience that I'll never forget.
Mike, what are you going to miss about your coaches the most?
I think with our coaching staff, they're supportive not only as coaches but also as people. They kind of force you to get better, not only as an athlete but also as a person. So I'm going to miss that support.
What are you going to miss the most about playing at St. Leo?
I think I'm going to miss the people. I mean, not like – it's hard to, like, be with the same group of guys for 4 years and do everything together and, pretty much go to war with them and then have that just be gone. Like coach says every year, like, we don't get the same group back, which is true, but, like, we don't get as a group to, like, go out one more time and play one more time. So I think I'm just going to miss being able to compete with the guys who I know are going to have my back.
Shan, what's one of your earliest memories playing lacrosse that you knew you loved this sport?
I would probably say when I was about 7 or 8, I went and watched I call him my older brother, play, and he was one of the top fighters in junior lacrosse in Ontario. And it was that time I just realized that box lacrosse was just so intense, and it was something that I needed to play. I'm obviously not a fighter or any sort of tough guy by any means, but I love the grit and the aggression that goes into the sport, and I just fell in love. And then once I learned how to score goals, I realized that part was fun too.
Devin, I'll ask you, since you're here initially, the part of this class, what are you going to miss the most about this group of guys?
Honestly, when we first came in, we were all very close with each other, and we've been with each other through a lot of different things throughout the 4 years. So just how close we all were coming up, and wishing that we all got the proper send-off, but we'll always still talk and be friends.
Daniel, what kind of impact have your coaches had on you that you'll carry into the real world?
Making sure that I have stuff done on time, and making sure that I'm not doing anything to embarrass myself for the most part.
Jack, do you think your stretching line's going to survive?
My line's pretty young. I mean, I built my line that we should be good for, I think, next year they might have an off year, but I think the year after that, I put them in a really good spot to keep competing in the stretching line high level.
All right, Phil, what advice would you have for the incoming freshmen?
Probably just to enjoy every moment, embrace the suck. There's going to be lots of ups and downs through the next 4 years of their college career, but that's what makes it special, right? And just cherish every moment and get after it.
All right, this one's open for anybody that wants to answer first. How do you manage to put in a consistent level of effort every day and day out at practice?
Sounds like a CJ question.
I got it. I think it comes down to preparation. Excuse me. If you go in with the mindset that today's going to be a bad day, then you will get the results that you want. But if you go in with the mindset that, hey, I'm going to take on the day and I'm going to do my best, give my best effort, then you'll also get those results. So it really comes down to getting ready, getting the proper stretching, getting the toss in, and then going at it as hard as you can for those 2 hours that you get. Like Coach Jorgensen says, it's supposed to be the best 2 hours of your day, so you might as well make it that.
All right, the next question is, what team did you look forward to playing the most every season? I want to answer from everybody. So whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first. Mine was Florida Southern. Always looked forward to playing Florida Southern.
Same. I would say same. My buddy plays on the team, so it was a big rivalry between us butting heads. So
Tampa, every year.
Yeah, I would have to say Tampa.
Tampa. I love seeing the old man mad at the end of the game.
I'd go Tampa also.
Yeah, I'd probably say Tampa too.
Tampa.
I'd have to say Florida Tech. I only got one season to play in conference, but yeah, I'd have to go Florida Tech just because I know a bunch of the guys from home.
I would go with Tampa as well.
Coach Sam, this one's for you, so unmute yourself. What'd you think of this group of guys?
I thought it was a great group. Obviously, my first year, so first fall really got into the spring. I feel like I definitely had a great opportunity to get to know them at an individual level. I think the biggest thing that stood out to me is the commitment to themselves as far as the group. As Coach said, we went through a lot this season, but they're always committed to the group and committed to staying together, which was pretty powerful from my perspective.
All right. I guess we'll just wrap it up. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We really appreciate you guys sitting down and taking the time to sit here and, kind of open up a little bit. Obviously your season was cut short, but nothing we can do about that, but move on. Best of luck, and make sure when you come back to campus, you stop in and see us. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Don't do stupid stuff on the internet.